Lesson is comparing with bad. So just like with the last video, good and bad have irregular comparative and superlative forms. So they're almost like different words, but they mean good or bad. Use worse to compare two people, places, or things. Use worst to compare more than two people, places, or things. So like with good, when you want to say that something is good compared to other things, you would say better or best, which would be its superlative. And with bad, you have worse and worst. So you don't say good and goodest and gooder, and you don't say bad, badder, and baddest. So read each sentence. Choose which word in parentheses best completes the sentence. Write your answer on the line provided. I've got some bad or worst news, my brother said. Now, when we're comparing, if you were comparing the news that the brother had to other news, then you would use worst. But because he just has some bad news, it's just bad. It's not worst news because you're not comparing it to anything else. So number 1 is just bad. And on your Google form, you'll just type the correct word in the space provided. Number 2, your favorite band just put out their worst or worst song ever. And in this case, worse is when you compare two people, places, or things. But if they're comparing like their favorite songs or their favorite band's song that just came out to all their other songs, then you're going to use worst because that is the superlative form of bad. Sorry. It's hard to type with this. There we go. Okay. And number 3, it can't be worse or worst than sippy sip sip, I replied. So comparing this bad song from the previous sentence to another song, you would use worst because you're only comparing two things, two songs. Whereas the last one was comparing the one song to all the other songs, so that would be worst. Number 3 would be worse.